I'm a qualitative researcher primarily. I do some quant work with quant data, but typically what I'm doing is I am doing interviews or focus groups or art-based methodologies with people to explore their experiences. That means the type of data that I generate is inherently sensitive, personal, meaningful to the person that I'm speaking to. So to me, data governance is ensuring that not just that I comply with my ethics certificate, but I really think through the consequences of how I collect that data, store that data, and who I share it with. So one of the big pressures that I've seen be put on researchers who do take money from the big five tech companies, is around data governance. So there's an argument that data can be depersonalized and, we really just need access to it and it should be publicly available to everyone. So, you get government money and you go out and you collect all this data from young people, you should make that accessible. So from a data governance point of view, I think that negates or harms the relationship of trust that you create with the people that you're talking to. Sure, come in, you can talk to me, it will be kept confidential, and I will be respectful in the way that I report the things I learned from our conversation. To then take that data and say, hey, it's depersonalized, let's throw it on the internet. I think those are really important data governance issues. So data governance is thinking through a set of practices around the protection of data that will ensure that you don't just live up to the baseline of requirements of your ethics certificate, but that you live up to this relationship of trust that you have entered into when you speak to real human beings about their experiences. Typically, you're negotiating that with your research participants as you go. You tell them what the project is, you tell them what you're going to do with it. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see how I'm quoting you? We let young people pick their own pseudonyms because it's fun, that type of thing. But I have been in a position where we were doing research where we were looking at young people at different intersections, and we got data from two young women who were very, very vulnerable. They were homeless at the time, actually. They were racialized, and the stories they told were visceral. And we looked at the data and we thought, we can't take that story and co-opt it and build it into this research project after talking to two young women in a way that's going to be ethical. So yeah, there have been times where I've looked at my data and thought, that is, if I tell that story, I am treating them as an extractive resource, and that's not ethical.